argument that he was just calling out corruption in Ukraine when he leveraged that billion. Now, by the way, he got the call from Hunter when he was in Dubai with Burisma executives on the 5th of December 2015. He went to Ukraine and spoke before their parliament 5 days later on December 9th. Isn't that the day that he leveraged the $1 billion and the prosecutor's son of a bee got fired and Hunter continued to get paid?
That's right. The pressure campaign began in December 9th, 2015. It ended in March 2016 when the prosecutor finally resigned under pressure from the Ukrainian president, who was being pressured by Joe Biden. What we have tonight are the State Department's internal documents. Joe Biden, since the impeachment of Donald Trump in 2019, has held to one line, which is, yeah, I fired the prosecutor investigating my son's company, but it had nothing to do with Hunter Biden's company. It had to do with a U.S. policy recommendation that I got. I was carrying out U.S. policy. Well, we went and got the task force recommendations that was crafting that policy. It was an interagency task force of Treasury, Justice, and State Department officials, and they advised Joe Biden in October 2015, just before he left to go to Ukraine, that, in fact, they should give the $1 billion to Ukraine, give the third loan guarantee, because the prosecutor's office was doing a good job on anti-corruption efforts. Their reforms were working. This was the last recommendation made by the task force. In fact, they drafted up talking points. Joe Biden had a conversation with the Ukrainian president on November 4th, 2015, and he passed on those talking points. He told the Ukrainian president, according to State Department documents, they were going to get the $1 billion loan guarantee. Then life got tough inside the Biden family. Burisma began to panic when news reporters from the Wall Street Journal and New York Times began asking questions about Burisma, the prosecution, and Hunter Biden. And all of a sudden, around Thanksgiving of November 2015, Joe Biden flipped around. He and his office worked on a new talking point, one they didn't even share with the ambassador who was in Kiev representing the United States. And they decided, we're going to ask for the firing of the prosecutor. Joe Biden wasn't carrying out U.S. policy. He changed U.S. policy.
I got to tell you, and your reaction to this other news, no charges originally planned, sweetheart deal is plan B, that Weiss worked side by side with Hunter's brother, Beau, and Joe's son. Politico, Hunter's lawyers tried to threaten the White House. Joe's going to have to testify, and Hunter's lawyers want the whistleblowers prosecuted. The House of Cards seemed to be collapsing. John Solomon.
Yeah, listen, those whistleblowers changed history. There's no doubt that them coming forward changed the dynamics inside the Justice Department and between Hunter Biden's lawyers. When people get a chance to look at these documents, I just want to point one out to them, because for the longest time, we were told Hunter Biden had no impact on U.S. policy. There is a classified email I made public tonight in the story. It's from George Kent, the man who testified during Donald Trump's impeachment. He always wore the bow tie. He was kind of famous for that. He wrote the U.S. Embassy and the leaders in Washington saying somebody should tell Joe Biden his son Hunter undercut all of our anti-corruption activities in Ukraine. Everything we were told in 2019, much like what we were told in 2020 about the laptop, it is not true. The documents contradict everything we were told in the original narrative about